Hey guys, Ben at Queen City Clay. I just want to show you real quick how to do a proper clean of your wheel when you're done. So hopefully you have one of these that's your own, all right? And we have them at the retail shop. We also have these rags that you can get at the retail shop, or you can just bring one in from home. But you've got a few things to think about when you're done. First, your bat. So it might have clay on it. Whatever bats you use, bring them over here. And you will scrape any extra clay into one of these buckets here, and then wipe down your bat and set it in the drying rack up here. All right? That's taken care of. Then back at your wheel, you've got your splash pan, which if you take your thumbs and press down on both tabs at the same time, you snap the little piece out the back, and this can be pulled out towards your body. All right? So this will come to the sink with you with a sponge. We're going to wipe both sides down to get rid of all clay. When you're at the sinks, you might peek to make sure the sink has a little screen in the drain so we don't get big chunks of clay down there. Any chunks of clay we have, whether it's in your water bucket or on the front of your wheel, we're going to put in our big recycle bin, and I'll show you that in just a second. But I want to get these really clean and ready for the next person so that everyone gets a nice clean experience when they show up at the studio. And clay is totally fine in its wet state, but when it gets dry and becomes real dusty, it's not great for you to inhale a bunch of it, right? And so we keep this place as clean as possible so that you never have to worry about that. And we ask for every student's help in doing that. It's just a way to help respect the community and to be a team player. So now we've got a nice clean splash pan. Any of that scrap clay we talked about, you can stick in here and squish through this screen. That gets mixed right back up into clay logs and comes back out for use later on. All right? So when I come back to the wheel, I've got my wet sponge and my dry clean rag. I'm going to wipe the wheel head and the sides of the wheel head. I'll go ahead and wipe the whole wheel. And get all those clay scraps and dust off of there. And the key is, while it's still wet, to take that dry clean rag and go over everything. That's where the clay dust goes away. So once I'm done with that, I can take this big piece, goes on the side with the stool, and slides all the way in. This small piece snaps underneath. I can take my stool, put it up here temporarily. Same thing with the pedal. And this you never have to clean. Just keep it the way it is. We'll take care of that. Alright, and you can find a mop and bucket. And we're just going to hit the area right around the wheel. So get yourself a big square, kind of meet up with the person next to you as far as your cleaning spot goes. And then we'll take that same dry, clean rag, but it's slightly damp now because of the wheel, and I just walk around with my foot. And dry that space up a little bit. This is also where if you bring in an old beach towel or something like that, it makes this job way faster. Now, I might have wedged clay on one of the tables, and so if you've done that, you can get that sponge wet again and wipe down the table. If you look over here, a quick wipe gets all that clay off. And then take your tools back to your space, get them checked out, double check the drying rack to make sure that you didn't leave any pots up there. And then the last thing is our sanitizing spray is all over the place. All right, so you put this back down, hit the stool, and hit the splash pan. All right, and hit the table. Now you won't have the mess we have up here as we're trying to prep the stations for cleaning. So spray down the table and just leave it. The cool thing about this space is that clay has bacteria in it, and that is a natural competition for COVID. And so it's very hard for COVID to stay on a surface that's had wet clay on it. So we're okay with that, but you know what? We're going to do overkill. All right, we're going to spray everything each time you guys practice and leave so that we have the safest environment possible. So thanks for doing your part. We really appreciate it, and thanks for being a part of the community.